The Rottweiler is a breed that comes with warnings. But what people warn you about is rarely the whole truth. You hear stories of aggression, of danger, of uncontrollable power. But what you don't hear are the hidden realities behind those stories. Some owners call it the most dangerous dog they've ever met. Others call it the most loyal companion on earth. The truth lives in the space between those extremes. Because the Rottweiler is not a simple dog, it's a storm in living form. The first story people don't tell is its origin. This breed traces back to Roman legions driving cattle across Europe. They weren't bred for looks or companionship. They were bred for muscle, stamina, and unbreakable will. Centuries of selection hardened them into guardians and workers. And those instincts still burn inside every modern Rottweiler. Here's the twist: when you bring one home, you're inheriting that legacy. Not a pet, but a working dog forged in history. The second story is its strength. A Rottweiler's bite force is among the strongest in the canine world. It doesn't just snap, it clamps, drives forward, and holds. That's why police and military trust it. But owners forget that same strength exists in family homes. One careless moment, and the results can be devastating. Photos online show smiling Rottweilers cuddling kids. But they rarely show what happens when training slips. The third story is bonding. This dog doesn't just follow you, it fuses with you. It shadows your every move, every routine, every moment. At first, it feels flattering, even comforting. But without boundaries, loyalty mutates into obsession. And obsession can suffocate both owner and dog. Leave for work, and it claws through doors. Go out for dinner, and it screams until neighbors complain. Friends call it loyalty. But owners know it feels more like chains. The fourth story is leadership. This breed doesn't respect weakness. Every command is tested. Every hesitation is noticed. Here's the twist: once a Rottweiler decides you're not in charge, you've already lost. And regaining that respect is nearly impossible. The fifth story is intelligence. It doesn't just obey commands, it studies patterns. It learns how you react, how you bend rules, how you hesitate. And then it uses that knowledge against you. One inconsistent rule, and the Rottweiler exploits it. Suddenly, you're living by its rules, not yours. The sixth story is energy. Despite its bulk, this dog isn't a couch guardian. It craves purpose, missions, and challenges. Without them, it creates its own chaos. Furniture becomes rubble. Backyards turn into battlefields. Here's the twist: destruction isn't bad behavior. It's unspent drive searching for an outlet. The seventh story is silence. Owners rarely speak openly about their struggles. They show tidy photos and obedient poses online. But behind closed doors, frustration and regret simmer. Why stay silent? Because admitting failure feels unbearable. The eighth story is danger. A Rottweiler doesn't nip, it commits. When it bites, it drives with its whole body. That's not play, that's weaponry. Professionals respect that power. Families often underestimate it. Here's the twist: the danger doesn't come from the dog. It comes from humans who thought they could handle it casually. The ninth story is resilience. This breed doesn't fold under pressure. It absorbs training, challenge, and even pain. That's why it thrives in working roles. But resilience without leadership becomes stubborn defiance. And defiance in a 100-pound dog can break families. The 10th story is truth. The Rottweiler is not a pet for the unprepared. It's a mirror. It reflects your discipline, your patience, your consistency. Lazy? It will expose it. Short-tempered? It will test it. But if you're strong, consistent, and fair, it will give loyalty sharper than steel. Here's another hidden story: social perception. The Rottweiler carries a reputation that follows it everywhere. Neighbors may avoid you. Strangers may cross the street. Insurance companies may raise rates or deny coverage. Landlords may ban the breed outright. This isn't the dog's fault. It's the weight of its reputation. The 11th story is isolation. Owning a Rottweiler often makes you feel alone. Friends stop visiting because they're intimidated. Family may question your decision. Even other dog owners may avoid you at the park. And that isolation adds to the burden. The 12th story is age. Most breeds mellow with time. Golden retrievers soften. Labradors slow down. But a Rottweiler burns hot for life. Even at 10, many remain sharp and demanding. Owners expect calm that never comes. And that mismatch shatters expectations. Here's the twist: longevity isn't peace. It's prolonged responsibility. The 13th story is health. Behind the muscle, this breed hides fragility. Hip dysplasia, joint pain, and heart issues are common. And the cost of treatment climbs quickly. Owners quietly spend thousands on supplements and vet visits. But publicly, they show only power and pride. That financial strain breaks many families. But it rarely makes it into the warnings. The 14th story is failure. Shelters across the world overflow with surrendered Rottweilers. Most aren't aggressive, they're misunderstood. They were given to families who weren't prepared. Labels like dangerous or unmanageable mask the truth. It wasn't the dog that failed, it was the human. Here's the final story: the transformation. For the few who rise to the challenge, the Rottweiler is extraordinary. It anticipates your every move. It reads your body language like a book. It will stand between you and danger without hesitation. And it will do so with fierce devotion. Handled casually, it becomes a liability. Handled with purpose, it becomes legendary. That's the Rottweiler they warned you about. Not just the monster. Not just the myth. But the full story: the storm, the struggle, and the rare reward. And the question that remains is simple. Will you fall victim to half the warning? Or will you face the full truth and rise to meet it? Because the Rottweiler doesn't forgive weakness. It only respects strength. And in the end, it will either break you, or it will make you stronger than you ever imagined.